The Key on a String. Good evening, friends. Gather close to the fire, where the flames cradle our dearest memories. Hear the gentle crackle, like an old door creaking open to the past. Tonight, I'll share Alice's story, a woman who found a key on a string, not just a piece of metal, but a thread tying her to youth, family, and trust she nearly forgot. Alice was 60. She returned to her hometown in Iowa to clear out her mother's house after her passing. The house stood by a river, old, with darkened shutters and a garden blooming with dandelions. Inside, it smelled of apple pie, soap, and her childhood, a scent she hadn't felt in years. Alice hadn't been here in 30 years. She wandered through rooms alive with the past, the kitchen where her mother baked bread, the porch where they listened to cicadas. In the bedroom, in an old dresser, she found a key, small, brass, on a frayed red string. Alice wore it around her neck as a child when her mother trusted her to unlock the shed. She clutched the key and her heart stirred. This key wasn't just for a lock. It was a symbol of their bond, her mother's lessons in trust. In the 70s, when Alice was 14, she spent every summer with her mother. Her mom, with tired eyes and a gentle voice, was a seamstress who taught Alice about life. They weeded the garden, fed chickens, and sat on the porch at night, watching the sunset. Her mother gave Alice the key to the shed where tools were kept and said, "Trust is knowing someone's waiting for you." Alice was proud of that key, wearing it on a string like a badge. Her mother always helped neighbors, sewing curtains for Mrs. Brown, a lonely widow, or sharing garden harvests. "Trust people, Alice, and they'll trust you back," she said. But one day, Alice shook that trust. In the summer of 1976, caught up with new friends, she stole apples from a neighbor's orchard to show off. Her mother found out, but didn't scold. She looked at Alice and said, "You broke trust, but you can rebuild it." Alice returned the apples and apologized, but the shame lingered. That moment shaped Alice. She tried to earn her mother's trust, but youth called. Alice left for Des Moines, went to college, became a journalist. Freedom and dreams swept her up, and the Iowa house faded. She called her mother, but less often. Articles, travel, life took over. Her mother wrote letters, simple, on thin paper. "Alice, come back. The dandelions are blooming." Alice promised, but delayed. When her father died 20 years ago, she came to the funeral, but left quickly. Her mother passed last spring, and Alice missed her goodbye. A deadline took precedence. Now, in the house, she felt a hollowness. She'd lost not just her mother, but her lessons about trust, home, and the heart she'd locked away chasing freedom. By the fire, Alice held the key. Its cool metal was warm with memories. She remembered unlocking the shed, her mother's smile, trusting her. But behind that picture was her regret. She'd forgotten her mother while finding herself. In the dresser, among letters, Alice found an old box. Inside were her childhood drawings, her mother's letters, and a note written before her death. "Alice, you were my light," her mother wrote. "The key reminded me of you. Trust your heart. It'll lead you home." Beside it was a photo. Alice and her mother on the porch, with the key on a string. Alice cried, but the tears were bright. She realized her mother always waited, even when she was silent, and her lessons still unlocked doors. Alice didn't sell the house. She fixed the shutters, planted dandelions, and every Saturday came back, holding the key, remembering her mom. She started helping neighbors, sewing curtains, sharing pies, like her mother. Alice wrote a letter to her mom, full of words she hadn't said. You taught me to trust. It went into the box, beside the photo, her vow. Sometimes we lock our doors, but trust opens them again. What trust will you share today? Thank you for spending this evening with us. Subscribe for more stories that echo in your heart.